Hello future CAs, welcome back to my channel again. Your one-stop guide for everything related to CA exams. So CA Inter Audit is not a tough subject, but it's a smart subject. If you know what to study and what to prioritize, scoring 80 plus is absolutely possible. So in this video, I am breaking down the ICAI fortnight webinar summary into short scoring chapters, smart preparation topics, and the exact topics that can push you towards exemption. So if you are confused about where to start and how to maximize marks, this video is your complete roadmap. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe for more CA exam related guidance, tips and strategies. So guys, when you visit my channel, do check out the playlist section. You will find several curated playlists for the CA Inter exam. Make sure to explore them and watch the videos in order to get maximum benefit from each of the topics. So basically the chapters are divided into 3 sections. Let's see one by one. So first we have the easy and scoring chapters. So under this there are 4 chapters. And on an average you can achieve like 35 to 40 marks. So these are the chapters which are very easy to do and where there is large scope for scoring marks. So altogether these 4 chapters cover around 40 marks. So I request you all to first proceed with these 4 chapters because they are easy and scoring. And also once you gain confidence in these chapters, you will be ready to move forward. So once you finish the easy content, you will be able to study the other chapters. So let's see one by one for each of these chapters. First we have chapter 1, Nature, Objective and Scope of Audit. So this is very important. Both the descriptive and MCQ questions will come from this chapter. And this forms the basis of the entire audit. So this chapter comprises of standards on auditing. So please go through the overall objective of the standards on auditing. And this chapter 1 carries around 5 to 7 marks. Then we have chapter 2. This is audit strategy, audit planning and audit program. So from this chapter, always 2 descriptive questions and at least 1 MCQ question will come. And average marks is around 10 marks to 12 marks. So this is also very highly conceptual chapter where the standards on auditing are discussed. So if you study this chapter, you will get an edge to move forward for the other chapter. Then you have chapter 6, audit documentation. So this is the smallest chapter in the entire syllabus. So scoring marks is easy in this chapter because it is very small and it also has limited concepts. But still you can fetch 3 to 5 marks very easily and this is very important. Because sometimes even small marks are also very important and they can make big difference. So do not take this chapter lightly. Because this is very easy and it is high scoring. Then we have chapter 11, that is ethics and terms of audit engagement. So this is equally important because both descriptive and MCQ questions are asked and the questions will come for around 10 marks. So basically this chapter includes ethics, SA 220 and SQC. And these days Institute is focusing a lot on quality control standards and their differences. So first you have to study these 4 chapters. So the strategy for these 4 chapters will be like first study these 4 chapters, then revise them well and also practice answer writing. So do the thorough written practice for these 4 chapters so that you can cover 40 marks easily. So next we have some lengthy but scoring chapters and on an average you can score around 30 to 45 marks. So in this also 4 chapters are there. So these chapters are lengthy. So sometimes they are slightly scary for the students, but they are highly scoring. So first we have chapter 3 in this, that is risk assessment and internal control. So in this also both descriptive and MCQ questions will be asked. And this chapter will be asked for 12 marks to 15 marks. And it also includes important auditing concepts. Then we have chapter number 4, audit evidence. So this covers audit procedures, audit evidence, reliability of evidence, and this covers almost 12 marks to 15 marks. So from this also descriptive and MCQ both will come. So this chapter number 3 and 4, if you study these two properly, you can easily fetch 30 marks. Then chapter number 7 and 8. That is chapter 7 is completion and chapter number 8 is review and reporting. So basically this covers auditor's report, modification, adverse reporting, and weightage is around 10 marks to 12 marks. So first if you cover these chapters, that is easy and the scoring ones plus lengthy and the scoring ones, passing becomes easy and also exemption becomes achievable. And you'll also get a confidence as scoring 70 to 80 marks in audit is possible. Now next few chapters. These are tactful and scoring chapters. So why this has been classified as tactful chapter? Because these chapters requires a little bit of strategy and smart work. So already by studying all the first chapters, you would have already done hard work and almost you would have reached exemption level marks. So along with this, some smart work is also required now. First is chapter number 9, which is special features of audit of different types of entity. So this is a very lengthy chapter and sometimes students ignore this chapter. So under this we have audit of cooperative societies. So usually question comes for 3 to 5 marks for this. Then we have government audit. So it has been seen that in the past exam, repeatedly question has been asked for 5 marks. So please study this government audit. And after this you have hotels and hospitals. So try to think practically like an auditor. Like when you're doing the audit of hotels, you should think about how to manage inventory, how billing can be done. And when you are doing audit of hospitals, you should think in terms of number of beds, number of rooms, pharmacy, outpatient department, etc. Then we have audit of educational institutions. So for this you have to check the attendance register, compare with fee receipts and check hostel fees with other collection. Then you have audit of NGO, firms and LLP. So these are small portion and easy to cover. So if you study this small portion, easily you will get 3 to 5 marks. So basically this chapter number 9 overall covers 10 marks to 15 marks. Then chapter number 5, this is very important. So basically this topic is audit of items of financial statement and it carries 16 marks to 20 marks. Most of the time students fear this chapter, but this is actually very scoring. So basically in this chapter you will be applying audit procedures, evidence and some of the concepts from chapter 3 and 4. And also schedule 3 format is also familiar for you. So what you have to do is you just need to understand the audit procedures for each item and understand how to apply it. So preparation strategy for this chapter 5 will be try to practice this MTPs and RTPs. So in this you will see different types of repeated questions. So the more you will revise, this will help in better retention and understand the different types of assertions like existence, valuation, completeness, cutoff, presentation, etc. So usually small type of questions might also be asked from this chapter. Like they might give a small case scenario type and they might ask which assertion is applicable. So the final strategy for this chapter is, since this is a large chapter, do not do this in one go. First study the balance sheet items, then study the P&L items. So studying in parts lead to better retention. This chapter requires tactfulness as well as application of mind. Then chapter number 10, audit of banks. So from this chapter questions will come for 5 marks to 8 marks. So remember, audit is not about studying everything randomly. It's about studying the right chapters in the right order with the right strategy. So if you follow this approach, you can easily score 40 marks from the easy chapter and then 30 to 40 marks from the core chapters. So scoring 80 plus is not just luck, it's a strategy. So if this video helped you, don't forget to like and share it with your friends. and also subscribe for more CA exam related tips, strategies and updates. All the best with your preparation, and I will see you all in the next video.